50 Cent says he gave the BMF family $5 million legal dollars. So he does not understand where the money went, how Lil Meech blew it before Big Meech got out of jail, but he feels extremely betrayed after that picture got taken between Big Meech and Rick Ross after he got out of jail.
What up, though? Sponsors of all bosses. And today I'm coming to tell all my supporters, you be a business owner, entrepreneur, whatever you got, trying to make you go up, hit me right now.
But look, 50. Boy, I see you struggling making that G-Unit film studio out there in Louisiana where that cheapest land at. You thought you was going to be able to do it. You thought you was going to be able to get them loans, and it ain't. What's wrong? What's taking so long?
Lil Meech didn't just cross 50 Cent. He might have pulled off one of the coldest backstabs in recent Hollywood memory. Word is he allegedly vanished with a whopping $10 million and linked up with 50's biggest rival to pull it off. This wasn't just business. It was personal. 50 stood by him for years, mentored him, and even covered the bill for his rehab. And after all that, he got hit with the ultimate betrayal. Now Rick Ross is deep in the mix, private texts are leaking everywhere, and 50's got no choice but to handle it raw. But before this whole mess exploded, there was a serious bag on the table, and 50 hand-delivered it. When he picked Demetrius Lil Meech Flannery Jr. to play his own father, the legendary Big Meech, in Starz' BMF series, it wasn't just some casting call. It was a life-changing move that could have turned everything around. Lil Meech wasn't even acting back then. He was chasing a rap career and barely making noise. Hollywood wasn't checking for him, not even a little. But 50? He saw potential and went all in. He dropped serious cash to send Meech to acting school for 2 full years and paid every dime out of his own pocket. And it didn't stop there. 50 kept things solid behind the scenes too, moving money to help Meech's family stay afloat. According to 50, he helped them clean up over $5 million in legit funds, the kind of money that builds futures, not cases. This wasn't just a TV role, it was the start of an empire. 50 had visions of spin-offs, movies, and multi-season storylines. If it all played out right, the BMF brand could have pulled in $30 to $50 million. For a family that once ran the streets, this was the shot to go 100% legit. While Big Meech sat behind bars, he watched his own son blow up, his name lighting up TV screens across the country. But this time, it wasn't about street headlines or courtroom drama. It was primetime stardom. And the one who made it all happen, not a lawyer, not a crew member, not even a rapper, a businessman, 50 Cent. He didn't just keep the BMF name alive, he turned it into a brand, a legacy, something the next generation could actually eat off. And get this, 50 never even bragged about it. For years, he kept it low-key. He didn't run to the media, didn't post receipts, didn't flex about the stacks he poured into the project. He stayed humble until things flipped. Now, he's speaking out. And folks are asking, why is 50 so pressed over some lost money? But it's deeper than that. The real theory? He was banking on this thing blowing up long-term. Even Rick Ross caught wind of it and couldn't help himself.
50, who own your masters? Who own your masters? I buy your masters. You better shut up. I will buy your masters.
Took shots at 50, clowning him for being tight on funds. And Ross didn't stop there. He went straight for the jugular.
But look, 50. Boy, I see you struggling making that G-Unit film studio out there in Louisiana where that cheapest land at. You thought you was going to be able to do it. You thought you was going to be able to get them loans, and it ain't. What's wrong? What's taking so long? I know you want to make your mama one of them walking stars thing. Put down there. Your mama live her own walking star. We call it renderings. You had the renderings, then you try to go get them loans, and ain't nobody loan you that money. You ain't even built the G-Unit studio yet. That might be why when I stood next to Meech, your knees buckled. Your knees buckled. Put your back against the wall. You're po hustling.
Everything shifted when Big Meech finally touched down in October, free at last. The same man who built one of the most powerful street empires in America was finally out. Everyone expected a reunion with 50, a public link-up, interviews, maybe even a real BMF docuseries featuring Meech himself. It was supposed to be a moment. But what happened next? It stunned everybody, especially 50. Meech didn't roll out with him. He popped up with Rick Ross, the same man who's been 50's biggest rival for over 10 years. And this wasn't some random handshake at an industry mixer. They went full throttle. Car shows, promo events, even a whole welcome home concert. Big Meech and Rick Ross were moving like brothers, posting up on Instagram like they'd been tight since forever. No mention of 50, no shout out, no thank you, not even a nod, nothing. After everything 50 did, this wasn't just shady, it was straight up disrespectful. And it looked intentional. At first, 50 kept quiet, but if you know how he moves, silence means something's brewing. That man was loading up, plotting. And now everyone's asking, where did all that money go? Because it sure ain't in the family's bank accounts. 50 swears he helped them lock in over $5 million in clean legal money, straight from the show. He even put it out there himself. Why old boy ain't look out for me? I sent him to acting school. And then he dropped another bomb. Big screech! All your people that was out did nothing for him. You come home thinking you the Black Pablo Escobar and messed him up. I helped your family make over $5 million legit dollars. It ain't my fault it's all gone. You shining so hard you wearing the baby's jewelry. B, give the baby back his jewelry. That's wild. And guess what? Word is Big Meech still broke. Lil Meech too. So down bad he's out here selling promo shoutouts online for $500 a pop.
What up, though? Boss of all bosses. And today I'm coming to tell all my supporters, if you're a business owner, entrepreneur, whatever you got, I'm trying to make you go up, hit me right now.
And 50? Oh, he pounced. He hit Instagram with a jab. Big Screech got Meech doing promos, $500 a pop. Get you one while it lasts. But he wasn't finished, not even close. Just when you thought he'd maxed out on pettiness, he dropped a GoFundMe. Yup, for who? Big Meech, and let's be honest, there's a solid chance 50 made it himself, just for laughs because that's classic 50 chaos. Doesn't even matter who actually made that GoFundMe. Once 50 Cent hit post, the internet went crazy. The page straight up claimed Big Meech needed help covering his bills, talking about a $30,000 a month Airbnb. And of course, 50 added his own messy caption, help Big Screech pay his $30,000 a month Airbnb. That's one of P's cribs. Shout out to Quality Control, Savage, and 50. He wasn't finished spinning the block. He circled back and dragged 42 Doug into the drama too. He posted that Doug had allegedly given Big Meech $100,000 and then clowned him for it. Your daddy, my ninja? You made a mistake giving Screech $100,000. You could have given that to your ninjas. You've always been hard-headed. Straight to the point. Of course, Doug didn't just eat that. He clapped back on Instagram, standing firm. Can't no ninja convince me to go against Detroit either. Show me Big Bra a rat or shut the F up talking to me. Detroit loyalty runs deep and Doug wasn't switching sides, period. But here's the real question. How does someone like Big Meech, once one of the most powerful street figures in America and the face of a hit TV show, end up needing help with rent? Tony Yayo might have spilled the tea. In an interview, he said that after Meech got out, he was literally asking Lil Baby for a handout. And even worse, he was complaining that his own son wasn't holding him down financially. Now let's talk about Lil Meech, because he's not exactly making the situation better. According to Yayo, Lil Meech is out here blowing money like he's allergic to saving. Dropping $100K on Chrome Hearts jeans, $500,000 on a BMF chain, all while his pops is struggling just to keep a roof over his head. And on top of that, he caught an attitude when 50 unfollowed him. Like, really?
50 Cent gives your family, $5 million in cash, whether it's through acting. I think he was paying for acting lessons for Lil Meech. You got to have some appreciation. And, before more details unfolded, like $5 million, because people were like, oh, 50 Cent doesn't pay people. He's always suing people. Look how he paid Ghost from Power less than Mary J. Blige on Power Book. But if Lil Meech got $5 million and he's nobody except the son of somebody famous, then he definitely could have treaded carefully with this Rick.
Tony Yayo didn't sugarcoat it. 50 wasn't mad they spent money. He was mad they spent it like there was no tomorrow. No savings, no plan, no vision for the future, just wild spending and nothing to show for it. Just when you thought 50 Cent had hit his peak in roasting Lil Meech, he leveled all the way up. Word on the street, 50 allegedly bought the actual halfway house that Big Meech is legally required to live in. Yes, you heard that right. The same man who once ran a billion-dollar street empire is now supposedly paying rent to 50 Cent. And of course, 50 being 50, he did not let that slide under the radar. In an interview, 50 couldn't even hold back his smirk. He just looked at the camera and said, business is business. Then came the kill shot. I got that ninja on toilet duty, cleaning up felon mess all day. So technically, Meech might be out of prison, but he's not exactly free. fans went wild. One posted, 50 is a real savage and always stands on business. This is the coldest burn I've ever seen. Others said, 50 makes my whole month. People couldn't get enough, but not everyone is buying it. Some folks are calling cap.
This story right here is complete and utter bull.
They're saying this whole story sounds like classic 50 Cent trolling, just another viral moment with no receipts. One user commented, "This is straight up nonsense. There's no way he owns that halfway house. Pure internet fiction."
As we know, Meech didn't actually leave for the halfway house. He's on home confinement because of the First Step Act and winning his 821 motion in federal court. After spending nearly 20 years in federal prison, Demetrius Big Meech Flannery left the federal prison in Coleman, Florida, Coleman Low, on October 15th for home confinement. Now, before you say I don't know what I'm talking about, it says right here that he's in the RRM in Miami. He's actually on home confinement. It says RRM because the RRM, or the halfway house, or really the re-entry manager, is administering his home confinement in Miami through the halfway house that's owned by Dismiss Charity.
And you know what? They might be right. But then again, this is 50 Cent we're talking about. This man lives for pettiness. He's got the money, the reach, and the time to pull off exactly this kind of wild move and make it look completely real. Whether it's true or not, he knows exactly how to keep people talking. Meanwhile, Lil Meech came out swinging. He made his loyalty loud and clear on Instagram. "Before I asked God for anything, I made sure I asked him to bring my father home to my family. My prayers were answered. I love you, Dad. Death before dishonor." That last line, that was no casual caption. That was a warning. He's done playing nice in the middle. Lil Meech made it loud. He's riding for Big Meech till the wheels fall off. But what really got under people's skin? It looked like they were trying to cash in on the BMF name with Rick Ross. The same Rick Ross who had zero part in keeping that brand alive. When your father's enemy becomes your new business partner, oh yeah, now it's real personal. Ross didn't waste a second. The moment Big Meech got home, he slithered in smooth straight snake behavior. He lined up a whole welcome home concert, got Big Meech to co-sign the event, and dropped promo like it was some legendary comeback tour. But let's not get it twisted. This wasn't about honoring Meech. Ross saw an opportunity and grabbed it, tossed Meech a little bag, used his name for clout, and moved in strategic. This wasn't love. It was chess, and 50? He saw right through it. And if there's one person 50 really can't stand besides Ross, it's Floyd Mayweather. You remember the beef? Classic internet drama.
The computer said, Floyd said, yeah, Nelly 50. I'm like, what did he say me for? Nelly, your first baby mama, Melissa, then took your fiance. Say that nigga.
So when Lil Meech popped up at Lucky Strike Miami chilling with both Floyd and Rick Ross, that hit 50 right in the pride. But wait, it gets messier. Meech wasn't just tagging along. He came through on business. He pulled up with an exclusive drop from his Red Letters X Once collab and even gifted Floyd with some of the pieces. Then to make it extra spicy, Big Meech called in on the spot, chatting it up with Ross and Floyd like they were his day ones. Then Floyd took Lil Meech on a luxury car shopping spree. And they weren't done yet. They stopped for some iced out jewelry.
Yeah, that's insane. Dad, one life. Dad, happy birthday. That's all. One on One Piece. One on One Piece. Money Team.
Did you 17 yours?
Played arcade games like it was family time.
It's all right, true, right? So, when you come down here, we gotta read King's Colors. Oh, yeah,
And ended the night courtside at a Lakers game in LA, all while 50 sat back watching it unfold like a movie he never agreed to direct. By now, everyone knows 50 Cent does not play about loyalty. So when he saw Lil Meech chilling with both of his biggest rivals, Rick Ross and Floyd Mayweather, that lit a fire under him. 50 didn't wait. He jumped straight into clown mode, posting a video of Meech with Ross and cracking, "Tell your pops, I'ma look out. What's the address? I'ma send some wings over there." Total mockery. But like always, 50 deleted it shortly after. Classic 50, say it, post it, wipe it clean. But behind the jokes, this one hurt deep. 50 didn't just launch Lil Meech's career, he might have saved his life. According to 50, Meech wasn't just out here spending money, he was spiraling on set. 50 posted, "I thought about it. I think he was uncomfortable with me and Mimi's relationship. I'm telling Mimi I don't want him doing drugs. He's telling him he used to do X, like it's cool. I tell Mimi, chill, stop spending all your money. He telling him how much money he blew. That's wild. 50 even claimed he had to personally send Mimi to rehab. Then he really got into it, saying Lil Meech was showing up so out of it that everybody noticed. Russell Hornsby, one of the main actors on BMF, allegedly peeped it immediately. 50 said Meech was high as hell on set and even started throwing up during a weapons test. That's not just unprofessional, it's dangerous. And then it got even messier. 50 said Ian, one of the crew, told him that the little ninjas had whippets stashed in Meech's truck. 50 was like, what the hell is whippets? He found out it's the stuff inside baby gun cartridges, real toxic stuff people misuse to get a fast high. Not the kind of thing you want floating around a film set. To really drive his point home, 50 even posted a video of Gene Deal, Diddy's former bodyguard, backing up the claims, confirming that Meech's behavior had become a serious problem.
Dude gonna do right by him and give him a bag and help him out and stuff like that. And he ended up being in the same spot. And probably worse right now. Because just say this, man. Just say if he would have held his head with 50 now, right? I don't know if 50 would have fucked with him, but 50 would have been like, yo, Tammy, leave that alone, ma. Don't put that on that dude. You know what I'm saying? And 50 wouldn't have been behind it. The only reason this shit grew the way it grew against Meech is because 50 was behind.
50 said he sent Lil Meech to rehab quietly, paid for it all, no press, no headlines, no credit. He kept it in the dark to protect the kid, keep his name clean. But once that loyalty got tossed out, 50 wasn't protecting nobody anymore. The second he realized he'd been played by the whole family, he snapped, and all bets were off. So of course, 50 jumped back on Instagram and threw another haymaker. This time, he brought receipts and dragged a familiar name into the drama, Tammy Cowens, who fans might remember as Big Meech's former business partner. 50 dropped a screenshot of a text conversation between him and Tammy. In it, he straight up asked, "Did Meech know you were allegedly snitching while he was locked up?" And her reply? Yep. Wild. He captioned the post, "Tammy Cowens, the truth and nothing but the truth. Coming soon, boom!" But he didn't stop there. He attached that quote to a carousel of BMF stills. Only this time, Lil Meech's face was blurred out in every single one, scribbled out like a ghost in his own show. His face literally erased from the project he was once the center of, like a bitter ex deleting old pics. Peak 50 behavior. But the pettiness wasn't done yet. In now deleted IG posts, 50 shared screenshots of DMS from Lil Meech himself. In the messages, Meech was begging for understanding. "They just told me you unfollowed me off Instagram. Now you mad at me? I would take the shirt off my back for you. I can't believe this, man. You act like I'm your enemy. I've only shown you love and loyalty." Then he added, "I'm human. I go through my own stuff, but I never switched up on you." Those messages, they hit different. You could feel the pain behind the words. But 50 wasn't trying to hear it, not after everything. Once you burn that bridge with him, he'll light the whole river on fire just to make sure you can't swim back. Then Lil Meech did the unthinkable. He threw his own dad under the bus. In a post, he said, "Ross gave my dad some bread so he can afford to pay his bills until our next season starts." That one line had the internet spinning. Fans were shocked, like, why even say that? Meech added, "This internet is throwing me off, man. You know me in real life." But for 50, that was it. He fired back instantly. "What next season, little ninja?" Just like that, fans took it as confirmation. BMF might be done and maybe Lil Meech's career right along with it. Cause let's be real, you can't keep making money with someone you don't trust. And Big Meech? He's already made his position clear. He picked his side. So now people are asking, what if this wasn't just betrayal? What if Big Meech was low-key sabotaging his own son? That theory's getting louder, and honestly, it ain't that far-fetched. At first, it looked like typical Hollywood beef. 50 being petty, Ross chasing clout, Big Meech securing a post-prison bag. But if you zoom out, this whole mess starts looking like something else entirely. This might not be about labels or fame. This could be a father-son feud hidden under all the industry smoke. Fans are starting to think Big Meech acted out of jealousy. That old, bitter parent energy, where your kid's success feels like a reminder of your own fall. Instead of cheering for them, you feel like they took your spot. So what do? You sabotage. You burn bridges your own kid still needs to walk across. And that's the saddest twist of all. This could have been a powerful redemption story, a father and son turning a street empire into a media legacy, but instead, it's looking more and more like the collapse of a dynasty. A man came home and tried to outshine the very son who kept his legacy alive, and in the process, they both took a hit. What started as a chance to build an empire ended with the future of BMF hanging by a thread. With 50 stepping away, things aren't looking good. Stars hasn't confirmed another season, and 50 already hinted this might be the final one. No cap, this might really be the end of the road. And Rick Ross? He can't legally touch a BMF film 50 locked down the rights. So even with Meech standing next to Ross, it's not about to become some spin-off takeover. But the damage? It might already be too deep. So now the question stands. Did Lil Meech really snake 50 for a $10 million play? Or was this whole thing a setup from the jump, with Big Meech pulling strings from behind bars? Was it a cold-blooded betrayal disguised as family loyalty? Or did 50 just bet on the wrong one from the start? Did he build up someone who was never really rocking with him? This whole story is filled with twists, blurred lines, and broken trust, and fans are still split down the middle. So now we want to hear from you. Was 50 the real victim here? Or was this just street politics crossing into showbiz? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If you're into the real behind-the-scenes mess and want more raw, unfiltered drama, hit that like button, smash that subscribe, and don't forget to share this video with someone who needs to see the truth unfold. We got more heat coming, and trust us, this saga, it's far from over. See you on the next one.